Today's update features the last of this year's quality of life changes. Let's talk about it, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. For those of you with a Master Max cape or Master Completionist cape, you're now able to customize your cape to your liking with a couple preset particle options. Thanks to a buddy by the name of Satay I'm able to show you how this looks like and what colors you can pick from, and it's worth pointing out that you are not able to pick the gold particles option if you don't have Trim Completionist cape. I mean, we don't really want to devalue the iconic Trim Comp gold particles, do we? That being said, there's an orange particles option which looks kind of similar. Also, the colors, like you would expect, especially vibrant colors, look extremely thick and very much in your face. What I'm trying to say is that these capes are even more eye-catchy than they were before. Also, this dark red, blood-looking color kind of reminds me of Darkscape. The Excalibur Enhanced and Augmented versions now have a consistent default action so that you can use that healing effect with a single click. If you'd like, you can also place it on one of your action bars and keybind it to activate it using a simple key tap. This is going to be the preferred option for many PVMers and amazing quality of life. You can also customize what your character chants when activating it, or even turn it off completely by setting it to the silent option. You can now quick drop items by holding shift and left clicking items in your inventory. This new feature isn't on by default, so go into your gameplay settings, under interfaces and then inventory and turn it on. Most banks, booths and bankers in the game will now have a load last preset option, allowing you to quickly bank for your PVM and skilling needs. It may not seem like much, but this quality of life feature is going to save you lots of time in the long run. Audio complaints around the PVM hub's drums being too loud and the annoying crystal chime ambient noise inside the Max Guild have been addressed and should now be better. Revenant drop enhancers will no longer clog up your bank, as you're able to simply add them, even individual charges, to your currency pound. The rare and super rare loot tables have been rebalanced, where some lesser valuable items such as Runite Stone Spirits have been removed, and other items have higher quantities now, or drop in higher quantities. Players that fight the Zamorak boss will no longer need to swap on and off the pad when the Furnace Witch dies if they're already standing on the pad during the boss fight. The Misty NPC inside the Deep Sea Fishing Hub near the Swarm Fishing area now has new options telling you how long it has been since a special encounter, and can even let you preview the traveling merchant shop in game. I suppose knowing how fresh the traveling merchant is going to be useful for that Whirlpool D&D French chat. Vorkaus sees a couple of improvements, including a buff to the Lord of Bones incantation, which can now reduce the armor of your opponent by up to a maximum of 40%, and the duration has been increased to 60 seconds. Another very important change is that you no longer take poison damage for running over a single pool of Vorkaus, but only if you run over 2 pools or stop in 1 pool. Also, the Vorkaus Necromancy weapon overrides from the Vorkaus Hunt event have now been added to the Zemorigon Vorkaus drop table. You are now able to gain double the amount of Dinaro components, so sharp shell shards, fungal shafts, and propellant from the Zygamite fire-making and fletching activities. Experimentation, so the high-level fire-making training method has been reworked to be less of a tedious method. When you collect dino babies, they're all the same type and can be fed on any trough of your liking. If you like, you're able to simply squish them into fertilizer after feeding them once, but you'll get more fire-making experience and more dinosaur propellant by feeding them multiple times. For feeding them once, you can get 211 fire-making experience per action, twice 529, 3 times 1057, and if you feed them fully, so basically do it like you used to do it, you gain 1585 fire-making experience per action. Previously, this was 1322 experience, and it was significantly more annoying to do or actually feed the dinosaurs, so this is a significant XP per hour buff, in addition to materials per hour buff for Iron Man. There have also been many more little patches to the Christmas Village and engine fixes, including them finally fixing the cursed water wheel in Lumbridge. If you want to read through every single patch, check out the full patches linked below. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this news video and found it interesting. If you did, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.